All right, first off, I'll apologize. I am sorry to start the week off like I'm about to, but this weekend I spent a lot of time going over everybody's Behance accounts, looking through you guys' stats page, and I found a lot of issues. I expected to find some, but I found a lot. And the difficult part about this is it's all based around the exact same issue. You see, it's not simply I didn't know. It's simply I didn't care. You see, I'm seeing people that very obviously did not watch the videos beginning to end, or second, maybe you watched it, but you didn't actually follow the instructions. I don't really understand this. I'm looking through weeks 1 through 4 DPEs, and I'm finding some people that just threw up pictures. No information at all. I found other people that put down a single sentence that said, "Now I know Illustrator." I saw people that put down 2 sentences that said, "This week I did Illustrator and a Gravatar." Realize the purpose of your DPE each and every week is one, in the videos. All you have to do is watch the videos and follow the instructions for what I want you to include that week. 2, your digital portfolio every week is documenting what it was that you accomplished this week. Again, we don't have homework in Quest. And if we're not going to have homework in Quest, how is it that I'm going to hold you accountable? It is your digital portfolio entries. If you look at the grade book, there are only 2 grades in there. There's the GRIT rubric, which is 75% of the semester grade, and there is the DPE for the first 4 weeks. This week, I will tell you honestly, you can look at your grades, but I was extremely soft because there's a lot of people that probably deserved 10 out of 40 or 0 out of 40. And I was kind of cushy on if they kind of did something and I probably shouldn't have been. But I will tell you right now that beginning with the second grading period coming up beginning this week, if a DPE is not completed effectively, you get a 0 for it. Very simple. You get a 0. It's all or none. Okay? Now, grit is still based on your in-class work ethic. It's what I see. It's what I monitor day in and day out. So that is separate. But your digital portfolio entry is the self-accountability. That is your replacement of a test because that, in combination with such posts as Illustrator 101, such posts as your asymmetrical type design, those are where you're going to get into detail, stating specific skills. So for those of you that did the Illustrator 101 post and all it says is, "Now I learned Illustrator," that's not documenting what you learned. How in the world am I going to give you credit? How in the world is that replacing a test? How am I going to show that to anyone that comes into this class and says, "So what have your students learned?" And I pull up your Illustrator 101 post, I pull up your DPEs. Does it show them what you have learned? Does it? Because that is the way that it needs to work. And I will try and be a little more descriptive, but quite frankly, that's not most of your issues. Those of you that followed the instructions, I apologize that you're having to listen to this at all, because some of you have beautiful digital portfolios and entries throughout the first 4 weeks. You had a nice solid paragraph or 2 paragraphs. For the Illustrator one, bullets and bits and pieces and images and screenshots. Fantastic. That's what I want to see from everybody. If you're not sitting at an A right now, that is simply because, in my opinion, you most likely have not followed instructions. There are not that many people sitting at a B or a C because of their in-class work ethic as much as because they did not follow instructions, which, well, when it boils down to it, that is the grit rubric. Not following instructions is the epitome of not giving it your all. So please be aware of that. Again, I'm sorry that we had to start off with this, but something has to change, and it has to start with the first minute of this week for this grading period. Show me as you continue getting into Illustrator how it begins to evolve.